Alright guys, what's good? It's Jose Raps here. Welcome back. I know I haven't been around for a little bit. It's been a few months since I last posted. I do want to say thank you for 1,500 subscribers though. I think we're a little bit short, but we're almost at 1,500. But today I'm gonna do pretty much a review on how it's been with a year of having the car tuned. This is a Q50 3.0T for the new followers who don't know. This is pretty much full bolt-on E30 tuned by Racebox. For the people who have already known the car, this is how she sits right now. A little bit different than last time. She does not have a front lip, and that's pretty much it, to be honest. I'm actually working on fixing up the front lip. It's somewhere over there, but I had a little bit of an incident, so I'm trying to fix it up, make it look a little bit more presentable, but I do miss the front lip. But this is how she sits. This is my 2017 Infiniti Q50. And today pretty much I'm gonna do a review on how well it has treated me throughout this last year. And to be honest, the only thing I could say is all good things. The only thing I've really done to it is just regular maintenance, such as oil changes. You know, nothing too different, just regular oil changes, regular maintenance. I'm actually doing my own oil changes. I use the Valvoline oil, which is full synthetic OW20, as well as the OEM oil filter. You know, I feel like the car has been running super smoothly. I really have not had any issues with it, thank God. I did have an issue actually a few months ago where my car actually just completely turned off, but I figured out it was the fuel pump, and one of the fuel pump wires had actually come loose, and so it completely disconnected and it stopped engaging the fuel. And so really easy. I went ahead and just took it out from underneath the seat, rewired everything, and everything was running smoothly after that. But that's really the only issue that I've had, if you can even call that an issue, because I believe that was maybe my error, as the wires weren't connected properly, I guess, or as good as I thought they would. But ever since then, I haven't had any issues with it. The car is tuned by Racebox. I got their custom tuning, tuned on E30. For the people who have seen my car before on the old videos, I have a bunch of old videos explaining all the mods, list by list, a cost of everything. It's pushing around 450, 470 wheel. I'm not 100% sure, but I've seen other people that Racebox has posted who actually have dynoed their car, and it's right around there, 470. I like to tell people it's right around 475 wheel. I'm not 100% sure. If this video gets, 500 likes, I'll go ahead and do a little dyno run. I'm trying to think of a few things that I can show you to prove to you that the car has been running fine. I'll go ahead and turn on the car, hop inside, and show you guys the EcuTech app. So as you can see right here, this is the EcuTech app. We go over to my car. We can go ahead and look at a few things. I'm gonna close the door real quick so I can hear me a little bit better. All right, so this is the EcuTech app. If you go over to my dashboard, you can see I'm running close to E30, E29. And to be honest with you guys, I've been running E30 for most of the year that I've actually had the car tuned. The time that I've had with the tune has been really nice. Like I said, I haven't had any issues. As you can see, if I go ahead and step on the throttle a little bit, you can see the PSI changes a little bit. I actually just noticed this right now, that the Boost Bank 1 was a little bit different than Boost Bank 2. Hopefully that is not too much of an issue. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about real quick was I do keep my car in map 3 almost all the time. Same thing. Most of the car's life has been probably on map 3, just because it is the race mode plus the burbles, and sometimes I do like to do the burbles. I don't want to go too crazy on the burbles sometimes, because I don't want to have any issues with my turbos. However, with just having lower downpipes and a full 3-inch catback, the car does sound pretty good. Even from the inside, you can kind of hear a little bit of the pops. But when you're driving, it actually does sound a little bit better. I've had my girl drive my car and I drive her car behind, and the car actually sounds pretty good. It doesn't actually sound too loud on the inside as it does with some Mercedes AMGs or some M's, like the M3, the M440. They have some really loud pops. The Q50, the way that it's tuned, at least, it has really conservative pops, and I feel like that's kind of helped with the longevity of the turbos and everything. The car is coming up on 82,000 miles, or I'm sorry, 83,000 miles. It's gonna need an oil change pretty soon, and I'll go ahead and show you guys what an oil change looks like on a full bolt-on E30 Q50 3.0T with almost 100,000 miles. To be honest, another huge thing that has saved me, in my opinion, has been the oil catch can from Mishimoto. That is probably one of my favorite things that I've done to the car ever since I had a new engine put in, which was at 45,000 miles. But I kept the stock turbos. For whatever reason, Infiniti didn't want to cover that. So this is not technically the original engine. The original engine started off at 45,000 miles. However, right now it's sitting at almost 85, so almost another 40,000 miles on top. And to be honest, it's been running really good. Like I said, I don't have any issues. I am a little bit worried about the gearbox. I do know that, you know, I've driven other Q50s and not all of them have really good gearboxes. Even the brand new stock ones, typically from their third gear is a little bit wonky, I'm not gonna lie. And I thought I needed maybe a transmission flush, which I'm planning on doing that in the future as well. However, it's not really at the top of my list right now. You know, at the top of my list right now is just pretty much consistent oil changes, keeping it nice and clean. I feel like my brake pads are starting to wear out a little bit. However, I did replace those, or when I put on the new brake pads, when I put on the Akibono pads, has been quite a few months now at this point. So I feel like, you know, it is about time to get those changed out. You know, the stopping force is still there. It's just sometimes it does tend to squeak, which is obviously nothing major. It's just squeaky brakes happen sometimes. I know you guys still comment on a bunch of my old videos. I have this one video that's literally like 70,000 views, which is super cool. Really appreciate you guys doing that. If you guys have any questions on any of the specs of anything, go ahead, feel free to DM me on Instagram at Jose Raps, or just comment here on this video, or on any of my videos, to be honest. I have a lot of videos showing everything that I've done to the car overall, all the parts that are installed. And I just want to tell you guys that, you know, the car has been running 100% smooth. I really would like to encourage you guys, if you do plan on tuning it, go ahead and go with Racebox. Like I said, I've had this car tuned for over a year. This is not sponsored by Racebox at all. I paid full price, but I'm really happy with everything that I got with the car for the price point. You know, it is a little bit more expensive than your regular off-the-shelf tune, than your regular, what is that thing called, the little module that you stick on there, that you can kind of control the boost on. I forget what that thing's called, but that's nice for when you don't have mods. But when you have mods and you plan on actually pushing some real power, I highly recommend, you know, going through a trusted company like Go Racebox. They'll take care of you. It does take quite a little bit to get fully tuned, especially because you send them a file, takes a little bit to come back, takes like a day to come back, you send them another file, and especially if you're going on E30, it takes pretty much twice as long. However, it is 100% worth it. Like I said, my car has been running perfectly fine. It's been on E30 for most of the year, probably 85% of that time, maybe 80% of the time has been on E30. No issues with it. It's been on map 3 for probably about the same time. Probably 90% of its life has been on map 3, which is race mode burbles. And like I said, same thing, man. It's just perfectly, you know, and I don't want to jinx it either, but she's been running like a dream. And right now I really don't have anything that I want to do to it other than just maintain it, keeping it nice. I do have to wash it, obviously, because it's super dirty in California right now. It's been raining a lot. Don't look at that too much.